Oh yeah, here we go. Downright classic. One of my all-time favorite games ever, for sure. The original DKC. So happy to see it finally make the jump to Nintendo Switch Online. Happy to see people are hyped for it, and I'm happy to be doing the playthrough for you today. I guess I should probably just put it on. I don't want to put my face cam up for the entire thing because I think I'm going to be reusing the footage for a Nintendo Classics video. But anyway, oh, damn, this game is so good. I love it so much. I've played it recently, and here I am playing through it again. It's just that good, just that spectacular. All right, here we go. Damn, I used to like just sit and listen to this title music. It's so wonderful. All right. For a Nintendo Classics video. Let's see, hang on. How do I edit the video? Wait, shit. Yeah, I need to figure out how to put tags on before I go live. Oops. Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I came away from playing Donkey Kong Country 2 thinking the original was better for the first time ever. So, well, not really the first time ever. I used to think that when I was a kid, then I actually finished 2 and loved it a lot more. But now I think I do prefer the original. I don't know. I keep going back and forth. They're both classics for sure. It's just, it really is just a matter of preference. I remember back in the 90s when games used to be, good. Like, shit, it's amazing how this is still playable today. Like, it's really weird. When I compare this to something like, Super Paper Mario, um, lots of games back that's the big one that comes to mind right now. Games like that I enjoyed but didn't really come back to. Like, you really do start to appreciate just how good the all-time best Nintendo games actually are. You know what I mean? Like, this is basically endlessly replayable. Like, sure, it doesn't have any secrets or anything, like an extra world or a true ending or anything like that. But it's still a lot of fun to play, and I still enjoy it a lot. Like, I really do play through this like once a year, at least. I mean, shit, I own this on like what, like 5 different platforms? Well, not 5, 3 now, I would say. Yeah, because I have the Super Nintendo Classic, I have the Wii version, and I have this. Oof. And I've played it on all of them. It's that good. Oops. Like, even from level to level, you can see like how much care and creativity went into like making these levels really stand out. Like, this is not a level you would see like in World 2 of most games. Like, look at how like hectic it is. Look at like the thunderstorm. It's so intimidating, but it's already like a big difficulty jump over the first level, actually. Because I think I told this story before when I talked about this game a while back. I think I did just make a video about this 6 months ago. I was showing this game to some of my little cousins, and one of them spent like about an hour trying to play through the little level. He's like very young, right? Too young to actually play this game, but he did manage to like play through the level, and he did it over and over again until he got to the very end of level 1, and then he got on to level 2, and then he like just couldn't beat it. Well, I think he might have been able to get through it maybe if he like kept at it, but I mean, it's really weird seeing kids play these games for the first time because they have no idea what they're doing. I mean, like, if you think back to it when you first played this, like, you played the first couple of levels a lot. Like, I remember playing the first level of this a lot because there was so much of this game I couldn't beat, so I just went back to the first level over and over again. Like, I know Sonic fans did that too. I mentioned that in my Super Mario World video. Oops. Here we go. Oops. Yeah, I remember playing like the first world of this over and over and over again. I don't think I normally got past World 3, and I don't think I ever got past World, the snowy one. Like, that was the one that I always, kind of a roadblock for me. Like, I think I did get past it, like, once, but it was difficult for me for whatever reason. Like, I remember, that was when I was 10, though. Like, when I was really, really young, I'm not sure what the roadblock was. When I was, like, a little bit older, it was the snowy area, and because, like, there are no checkpoints in that specific area, so, this really is one of the greatest games of all time. It really is. It really is just, you know, endlessly replayable. Oops, here we go. One of my all-time favorites for sure as well. I loved everything about it. The music, the visuals, everything about it. Like, honestly, like, I'd say, like, the weakest part are these underwater sections, but, like, those are so few, it's hard to get. There's more underwater levels than minecart levels, and that kind of bothers me. There actually aren't all that many minecart levels in this game. I believe there's only one, if I'm being completely honest, which is really, really weird, considering how famous it is. Should I play through Barrel Canyon Canon properly, or should I skip it? I think I will play through it properly. It's been a while since I've done that. I think the last time I played, it's so easy to take the shortcut, though. Like, why? Ugh. I had to, like, deliberately just take the normal path. Oops, here we go. And it's such a fun level, too. It's such a shame it is such a cheap shortcut. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite levels, actually. Yeah, I'll definitely have to make a top 10 Donkey Kong Country levels. I was planning on doing it after the Yoshi Island one, so yeah, I'll probably have to yeah, I'll probably do that. Oops, here we go. Yeah, I remember doing this as a kid and having family members, well, not family members, people not being able to, people I knew not being able to play through this section because it was so fast-paced. They couldn't get the timing down, and I felt so hardcore for being able to get through it, which is kind of, I was late. I was really young too, so that was around the point where, like, I started getting really good at games. I think, like, above average, I would say, because, like, if you can beat a game like this, you're already above average, because most people don't beat these games. Oops. Like, you would be very surprised at how few people beat their games. It's one of the big reasons people still buy PlayStation, because, like, they don't actually beat or really play the games. Like, they just play them to go through the open world, and that's about it. That's why open world games are so popular, and why nobody plays linear stuff, because they can just fuck around and do whatever they want. They don't have to actually play it, you know what I mean? Alright, I might as well save it. I mean, the game is so easy anyway. Well, I'm so good at it. Yeah, 6%. Wow. Yeah, I gave a Super Nintendo Classic to one of my cousins, and, like, well, one of my cousin's kids, and she was talking to me about it, well, trying to talk to me, because I was really, really tired. She was talking to me about, like, how amazed she was that I got such a high percentage in this game, because they were playing it together, like, as a family, which was awesome. Damn, I wish I was. Oof. They had fun. Okay. Winky's Walkway. There we go. It's weird. When I was a kid, I had this impression that, like, Winky and Wrinkly had the same name. I don't know exactly how that happened. Did I not see the R? But it's like I thought they just took the name, like, Winky, and just adapted it into this new character, Wrinkly. But no. Like, the frog never appears again, and probably for good reason, because it's super boring and it has no powers at all. Like, it just jumps slightly higher. Like, yeah, there's a shortcut here, too, that we used to use all the time. Like, honestly, can I still hit it? Like, I'm gonna try to hit it. It's so hard to hit. Like, I usually do skip it these days, but, yeah, it is there. And we used to try to hit it all the time. It's I think I lost entire lives trying to do it before. Like, all of my lives trying to do it at one point. Like, at a certain point, like, you really just have to be like, okay, I gotta play the level properly. And it's such a good level, too. Why would you skip through it? It's just, ugh. Like, maybe if you're trying to get trying to cut through a part that you lost all your lives on, maybe. I mean, this is one of the highlights of the game for sure. It's so iconic and memorable. Oop, there we go. This really is really good platforming. Like, this game like has so much going on, so much going for it. Like, it has the settings, it has the creativity, the great physics. I think the overall game is way better than Super Mario World. The problem is that like it doesn't have nearly as much content. Like, I think Super Mario World does have way more levels. I believe. I'll have to calculate that, but I think it's true. And yeah, you could argue they're not as good, but like I mean, if there's more of them. And there's like more things to do. There's like way more secrets for sure. Like, you get better rewarded for discovering secrets in Super Mario World. So in a way, like, it's kind of debatable which is better. I would say I prefer DKC, but that's just me. And plus, this came out like 3 years later, so it's like, wow, this game is better than an older game. Wow. People are kind of used to this idea that like, yeah, old games are way better, but they really don't realize that like that really shouldn't be the case. Like, really, you just take what worked in the past and you improve on it. It's not that difficult. Like, DKC 2 did it. Like, Super Mario Bros. 3 did it. Like, even, 64 does it. Like, Mario games do all the time. Like, Nintendo has no problem with this. But, like, every other company, like, just makes their games worse and worse. And nobody really calls them out on it. It's really weird. I guess that brings me to what I think about Returns. It's weird, right? Returns has like so much going for it, but like I don't replay it like I do with these games. It's really weird. I think I just prefer the older Donkey Kong games. I don't really. I like Returns a lot, but I've only played. I think I played both of them maybe twice. Well, the original twice for sure, and then Returns. I think Tropical Freeze. I went back and like 100%ed everything. I didn't actually play through it again from the start. Like, I didn't have time for that shit. Yeah, this is going to be a Nintendo Classics video for sure. I'm really hyped for that. Oof. I mean, it is a real classic. It's like one of the most popular games ever made. Like, this game is so popular that the Pretendos couldn't really downvote the Nintendo Switch Online video. Yeah, they're still pretending that Nintendo Switch Online is bad in an era where Donkey Kong Country is on it, right? Where you have all these classic games for like a yearly fee of like $20. They're still trying to pretend. Okay, this is my least favorite stage in the game. I never feel guilty about skipping this one. Fuck Stop and Go Station. I hate these things. I hate it. I hate the gimmick. I hate everything about it. Oops. Shit. I actually got hit. I forgot to push the tire. All right. I hate Stop and Go Station so much. It's so boring. All right. Yeah, people are still trying to pretend that. Like, it's really interesting, right? Like, they have all these weird, obscure games on there that like nobody plays. Like, all anybody cares about is like. They do this weird thing where they bitch about games they haven't heard of before while turning around and bitching about the already owning the ones they have heard of before. It's really weird. I'm not a big fan of that argument. I personally did prefer the Wii U eShop, but here's the thing. You bitched about the Wii U eShop too, so it's like one of those situations where it's just like you really can't win with those people, and you really just can't take them seriously. Honestly, as I get older, I play less and less games anyway, so I'm really appreciating just how I don't really need all that many games. I don't think I've bought a ton of games at all in the very recent past. I've mostly been focusing on like acquiring, getting better jobs, getting my books published, things like that. I drafted a short story today. Eva, by the way, which very happy with how that one turned out. Completely done in like when did I start it? Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday. Like, I finished it in like 3 days. Really happy with how that turned out. I'm not going to talk about what that one's about because it's a short story, and I think talking about like a short story like ruins the entire thing. Because it's not that long. Like, if you want to learn what Eva's about, just read it. It's not published yet. I'm going to try to get it published in magazines, but we'll have to see how that turns out, because I've never done that before. I've never published in magazines. I didn't realize they existed, and they still existed until recently. I thought they had gone like by the wayside because of like modern changes, like Nintendo Power went bust. I thought like story writing things have been gone longer than that, but no, they're still prevalent, and they still pay like 8 cents a word, which isn't bad. Isn't bad actually. I was calculating it, and like if I can make some good money off that for some of them. I mean, I have to get published. That's the thing, which is never really guaranteed, and I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty confident myself, so we'll have to see. Xbox is the Sega Saturn of its time. So what? You're saying it's like complete shit and nobody cares about it? Oof. I don't know, man. Sega fans, you know, Mr. T, people like that, like they spent years like trying to tell me that like Saturn was like this really great underappreciated console, and it was the one I was most fired up about playing. But like after playing Sega Panzer Dragoon, like I completely lost all enthusiasm for it. Like, really, this is it? If anything, I like the Dreamcast a lot more, which surprised me. I was expecting that one to be overrated. But to be fair, like I felt that way about like the Dreamcast when I first played Sonic Adventure too. So, holy crap! I keep doing that. That's such a weird thing where you could just fall onto it and burst it open. All right, shit. Yeah, and immediately lose. I love this soundtrack, by the way. Oh, I love it so much. What was I talking about? Sega Saturn? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it really does feel like Sega, Xbox, PlayStation. They basically just exist because people don't want to play on Nintendo. Because, like, Nintendo's for kids or whatever, and it's really frustrating. It's a stigma that's slowly starting to die, like, especially in, like, the current year. But, yeah, it really it really never should have been a thing to begin with. Like, it was so frustrating growing up, and having like 10-year-olds tell me that like Nintendo was for babies. It was really retarded. It was really stupid. I never took it seriously. Oops. And neither should you. I don't know. There are too many like successful Nintendo fans out there to really like call them for kids anymore. You know what I mean? Like they become like Disney tire at this point. Like they've been making consoles for like 40 years almost. You know, they're not going anywhere. The third party thing, that's not going to happen ever. Switch, I think, solidified that for good. Like, I really do think mobile was like their best shot at like killing Nintendo. Like, you know, having these big corporations make these big expensive platforms, and then having mobile just take away the casual audience. That was their best shot, and now that they've basically lost it, and they don't have the talent to really continue competing with Nintendo. Like, they can't keep hyping up Final Fantasy. Like, at this point, they're basically just coasting off of like 90s nostalgia. Like, the only reason that people buy multiple gaming platforms is because they had to in the 90s to play everything. That's it. That's the only reason. Now you have like another 10 years from now, you'll have like 10 consoles plugged up to your TV at any given time. It's just, it's ridiculous. And nobody's gonna move on to PC, by the way. The PC thing is basically over. Oops. For its own reasons, but yeah. Oops. How many PCs can legally play Donkey Kong Country? None. That's why I never, ever. Why would you even bother? It's such a weird setup. Did they really think that like people would actually jump in the barrel there? It just, yeah, this is a really good level. I love it a lot. Yeah, that's one thing I will say about this game. The first half is way better than the second. I am not a fan of the second half of the game at all. Like, once you get through the mountain, it goes way downhill, like, very quickly. I am not a fan of, like, the industry levels at all. Weakest part of the level of the game for me, Kong Cave is, like, is really lame, too. The final boss fight is pretty good, but we'll see. I probably should play some Resident Evil 7. I keep meaning to do that, but it's like, I need to do it. I need to clear up space on my PC. Getting rid of Resident Evil 7 is going to be great for me. Oh, shit. Da, da, da. I love how, like, because Diddy meshes so well against Donkey Kong, it looks like Donkey Kong has a tail here. Like, that's always amused me. All right. Yeah, I could probably turn on the camera now. Why not? It's probably good enough. There we go. Da, da, da. Let's see, this game came out in 94, right? So it's had its 25th anniversary. Yeah. I think once a game hits its 25th anniversary, you can kind of declare it a real classic as opposed to, like, a fad. You know what I mean? Like, Bioshock, that's not going to be remembered its 25th anniversary. It's not even remembered now. Like, it came out on Switch and nobody cared. I compare that to the reception that, like, the Final Fantasies got, like 7 and 9. Like, that was a big deal. Like, Bioshock coming, nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a shit at all. Oh. Let's see here. I like... Yeah, I can't wait for a Nintendo 64 Classic. Or online. That's going to be great. Super Mario 64, Zelda. That's going to be great. Star Fox 64. You know, I mean, I think at that point, it's going to be really, really difficult to really continue this weird narrative that, like, N64 had a weak library, because it's really not true. If you really look at it, like, really? Like, you're talking about some of the most popular, beloved games of all time. Like, Final Fantasy VII, as much as I like it, can't really compete with Mario 64 or Super Mario Zelda. You know what I mean? Like, it just can't compete. It's weird, right? How they'll say that, like, Mario and Zelda is rehashed, but then, like, say Final Fantasy was perfectly fine when it really wasn't. Like, it was going into its decline with 7, I would say. You know, 7 was super casualized. 8 was awful. It's just yeah, I tried to play 10 a while back, and I really liked it, but it was like one of those situations where I was just like, wait a minute, I don't have time for a 50-hour RPG. Like, I own so many RPGs, and I'm at the point now where I literally just cannot play them. Like, I own, like, Star Ocean R on Switch, and I was, like, enjoying it and, like, really into it and stuff like that, and I was I just couldn't keep playing it because I'm so busy with my personal life. Like, I like playing games, like, for an hour or so and beating them and then moving on. It's just not to my liking. RPGs just aren't to my liking as an adult, which is really weird considering how influential they were on me as a kid. But I mean, Paper Mario is one of my favorite games, like, for a long time growing up. Yeah, Paper Mario's hasn't hit the 20-year mark yet. It will next year. Yeah, I'll have to replay that game for its 20th anniversary for sure. But I've been I mean, I'm probably not going to enjoy it, though. I mean, I didn't like the Thousand Year Door. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like, I like games more than ever, honestly. But, like, it really is one of those situations where, like, you really do discover other things you'd rather be doing. And right now, yeah, I need to be doing a lot of my time needs to be dedicated to writing and doing stuff. That's what I've been doing for the past couple of days. You know, making Eva, that was great. Oh shit, did I really just walk off the edge? Okay. I mean, it's not going to come easily to break into the world of to be a successful writer. So, well, to be fair, I guess I'm already successful. I'm more successful than most people. Let's put it that way. Most people never even finish their manuscript. Like Mr. T, he's like he says he wanted to write the book. He wanted to write a book. He took like 10. He's taken like 10 years to do it. Over 10 years at this point. Like, I think that was before I even finished my first manuscript, and that was in like 2017, early 2017. So like he's going on like what, like 15 years, hasn't published anything. It's I don't know, like plenty of people don't actually pursue their dreams of like making stuff like that, and a lot of them don't really have very good ideas anyway. They think they do, but they don't. It takes real work to make it happen. And I enjoy the work, which is one of the reasons I'm so committed to what I'm doing. But oops, here we go. Bump, 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 bump. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I can't even play Donkey Kong Country without like segueing into like, oh, please buy my books on blackcatbooks.org. Oof. Yeah, that's how much it's kind of taken over my life at this point. In a good way, though. I think it's a really positive change. Way, way better than, like, you know, talking shit about Player Essence on message boards and stuff like that. Talking about, like, the conspiracies. All the issues with Nintendo, like, which is still stuff I'm very, very passionate about. Like, I'm really, really big on like these game journalists. That's actually going to be something I think I'll be doing even after I become successful. Is like still going after these people. I might be one of the very first successful major people in like an actual field, right? Who will come out and say that like, yeah, game journalism is fucking corrupt and you shouldn't take it seriously. Like that is something I take very, very seriously, in spite of how like niche of a topic it is. So I will be addressing that. If anything, I don't know if I should talk about this, but I actually did have a manuscript about like tackling the topic. I had a draft. I was working on it at one point. I think early 2017 was the last I worked on it, and I was really, really happy with it, but I never got around to actually finishing it. Which is a shame, because, well, it was unpublishable. Like, I was talking about how corrupt video game journalism is. Like, who would want to read that? Like, that's so ridiculous. But at the same time, like, I do have the talent to actually do it and make it interesting. It's just a surface level thing, really. Like, I think people in the actual gaming community, people who may not actually like reading books all that much, would really appreciate it. But yeah, of course publishers wouldn't like that, and of course I was at the time eager to break into publishing at all. So like I was focused on like, okay, what is actually marketable, is actually financially viable, right? I was thinking about what would sell, and I came up with like my formula, which I think is going to be very, very successful eventually. It kind of is already, actually. Like I already do have a small fan base, so it's really just it takes time to like really build this stuff up. You know what I mean? Like you don't become like super successful overnight. Like even J.K. Rowling, like I don't think she was like super successful until like book 4, and that was like what, after the Harry Potter movies. That was after everything, you know, becoming like this big name. It takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I'm putting in the work. It's great. It's going well. I'm happy with my progress and what I'm doing creatively. It's there we go. But of course, I probably shouldn't be talking about this during like a Donkey Kong stream. All right. Yeah, I probably should get out of the habit of like talking about that during live streams. Like I have the links in my description. I don't need to talk about it all the time. Okay. Yeah, I'm very happy with my website numbers, by the way. Thank you all for checking that out regularly. I wish I could update it more, but right now I'm still kind of very, very busy. Man, I'm segueing into like what I'm doing right now. I probably shouldn't talk about that, but anyway. There we go. Jump, jump, jump. Oh, shit. There we go. This is actually my favorite level in the game, I think. Because this is... Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Like, I love how, like, the weather just changes as you go through. Like, look at what happens when you get to the checkpoint, which I think is just up here. No, it's the next segue. Here we go. Like, see, you go through this level and the snow gets stronger and stronger, and then suddenly, oh, yeah, you're in the middle of a snowstorm. great. That is absolute classic. Mind blowing. Really phenomenal. I think that shot alone like really establishes this as like an amazing game. Oof. Unfortunately, this is also the peak of the game, so it doesn't get any better than this. But it's still really cool. Yeah, I'm way too picky when it comes to games I like. I'm really critical of even things I do like. I'm not sure if you've noticed that. If I've really said that, if I've really pointed that out myself in videos. I'm too busy like defending Nintendo normally to talk about this, but like even stuff I like, I tend to be really critical of. Like I'm really I spent like a lot of my Attack on Titan video like being critical of Attack on Titan. I spent my Berserk video being really critical of Berserk. I spent like I spent my Super Mario World video being critical of Super Mario World, a game that I've like 100%ed several times. Oops, here we go. Oops. It's getting kind of out of hand. I guess like back in the day, I wanted to be a critic, and that kind of still stuck with me. I'm not one now because you can't be a critic and a curator. I found I'd rather be a creator. Like critics are just people who can't create, basically. I am a legit creator, so I have been getting way less critical because like you kind of do understand how difficult it is to make things when you're actually like seriously pursuing it. So I do give. I have been giving like some people more slack, but like there's some things that can't really be forgiven. You know what I mean? Like I'll never forgive PlayStation. I'll never forgive like all the shit they've done. Oops. I'll never forgive Sega. Oops. Yeah, I would probably be shit-talking Sega a lot more if I grew up in like the early '90s, like, and I was actually there for a while, like they were relevant. Like I guess I was, because I remember seeing Dreamcast in stores and stuff like that, and I remember playing Sonic Adventure. I remember like asking my mom about it, like, cause like she was like giving me all this shit about how like consoles are so expensive, and that's why she wouldn't buy me one. And then like I was like, but this Dreamcast thing, it's like $50. And then she made some kind of excuse. I really wish I remember what she said, because like she was always telling me things were too expensive, and like now I realize that like, wow, I was being bullshitted the entire time. Like I literally paid for like everything I ever wanted within like a year of working. It was ridiculous. I got all the consoles, I got all the games, basically all the games. Like if anything, I bought too many because like I was buying everything I'd ever heard of. It got way out of hand, like when I immediately started working, but I got it under control eventually. Dreamcast, I still don't own a Dreamcast though, but that's because like there's no point. Like they've re-released most of the games, right? Like there may be a handful of games that are still exclusive to Dreamcast. Like I don't think Seaman has ever been re-released. I don't really care to play Seaman. Like I can't even play like Odama for GameCube, right? Which is from the same guy who made Seaman. So I really like that game a lot, but it really is one of those situations where like I can't play everything. I really can't. Like a part of me just wants to play like the old shit I already like, and play the new shit from the same people who made that. Like I really don't like. I can praise Resident Evil 7 as much as I want, but like at the end of the day, like it's not good enough to waste entire days playing. You know what I mean? It's not even that long, but like I enjoyed it, but like I have not been able to find the time to sit down and actually play it. I really haven't been. Yeah. I started playing Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 7 on the same weekend, right? And I haven't finished either of them, and I liked both a lot. I don't think I ever even made a video talking about RE2. Well, to be fair, I didn't beat it. But yeah, I was surprised at how much I liked RE2. Honestly, I think I do prefer it to 4, to be completely honest with you. 4, I think, I don't know. 4 is like too action-fied. I think it's too, it doesn't stick with what made the series great to begin with. I mean, I guess it's one of those things, like, it's a great game, but not a great Resident Evil game. I guess it's like the Majora's Mask of Resident Evil. You know what I mean? Something like that. I still like it a lot, but I just can't compare it to... Whew. Yep, the snowstorm is still going on. It's so great. All right. Yeah, I own Resident Evil 3. Haven't even touched it. 0, I've never been able to beat. The original, I've never been able to beat. It's just, and I've been playing Resident Evil since like 2010 or so. So I'm way behind. It's weird. I've considered myself a fan since 4, but haven't finished any of the other games other than 5 of all things. Yeah, I guess that's how that happens sometimes. I guess that is how most people approach like becoming fans of series. Like they play one and really like it, but never really get into the others. I guess that happens with Zelda all the time too. Like everyone played Ocarina, but like plenty of people didn't play Majora, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword. People will still pretend that Skyward Sword is a bad game. Well, some people. I think it's I think it's becoming an increasingly unpopular opinion. I myself am very adamantly against the notion that anyone can dislike Skyward Sword. You can't like Zelda and not like Skyward Sword. I don't understand what people are talking about when it comes to that. Like, it's just... Yeah, 500 is about as much as I can manage. Oh, the snowstorm stops? I always get, like, the ostrich here. I don't think I ever played through this level properly. Alright. Oh, oops, shit. Damn. Yeah, I'll definitely be trying to stream more going forward. You know, I have my regular video content planned, scheduled. I have that. I think I'm just gonna stream whenever I play games, and then just think about what I'm gonna write when I'm not streaming. Because there have been like plenty of times over the past week where I've like been doing nothing, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do with myself, because like I can't write because like I basically. Well, there could be all sorts of reasons. Like, I was sick earlier today because I had, like, some coconut oil, or I had some, like, coconut thing, and apparently, like, I don't take the coconut very well. Like, it tasted awful, and then, like, I was sick for, like, a couple of hours after that. So, like, I couldn't do anything for, like, an hour until, like, I was hungry enough to eat again and regain my strength. I have no idea what happened there. I have no idea what that was all about. Like, it's really weird. My health is just all over the place. Oh, shit. Like, right now, I feel great, but, like, a couple of hours ago, I felt awful. Alright, shit. Red Dead Online is completely unplayable. Well, who would have thought? Yeah, the Chinese hackers are ruining it. I guess... Why are you trying to play Red Dead Online? Like, shit. Alright. Like, is anybody still trying to play Red Dead 2? I don't think anybody really pretends it's good anymore. That's a 97 game that people stop talking about. It's really interesting. It's like they expected that people would be talking about Red Dead so much anyway that they didn't even try to market it, but like without like the shilling and like the promotion and like the narratives, like people stop talking about it. Like, really, when you get right down to it, usually when you see a game journalist like try to push the narrative that like a specific game is like deep or profound, like with The Last of Us, like with Spec Ops: The Line, stuff like that, BioShock, like they're just that narrative comes from game journalists. Like, they're pushing a narrative onto you in order to get people to value a mediocre product. Like, they're attaching value to something that would not have happened, that would not have had value naturally. You know what I mean? Like, nobody would be saying that like BioShock was a really complex, was a brilliant subversion of like blindly taking instructions in video games, if the game journalist didn't tell you that's what you were supposed to get out of it. That's why BioShock became popular, because of the game journalists pushing that narrative. It's interesting to see that the same people who rail on like game journalists being corrupt will sort of deny this aspect of it. Again, it's really interesting. A lot of these red pill people, they're still rather blind in the grand scheme of things. They don't understand that like sometimes this situation segues has roots in things that they like. You know what I mean? Like, they're not acknowledging that BioShock was not a very good game. Um, like, even today, like, I was talking, I played BioShock Infinite, like, after years of being told it was, like, Game of the Year 2013, right? Until The Last of Us came out. I played it, and it was complete shit. Like, not even worth turning on, to be honest with you. Like, I felt like I wasted $20. Like, I immediately bitched about it, and, like, I mentioned offhand how terrible, like, the original was, and, nobody was able to argue with me, but they desperately tried to deny it. It reminded me a lot of, like, when I talk about how, like, LGBT issues and how lesbians don't exist and stuff like that. Straight white men will rally and, like, try to come after you because it goes against, like, the narrative, but, yeah. Oops. Ah, shit, they got me. I hate this shit. A lot of people liked my tweet about Eva. That's awesome. Yeah, I am building a platform, so it's happening. It's happening slowly, but it's gonna happen. That's that's the nature of these things, I think. Like, it's like growing a garden. It's not gonna happen overnight. If anything, I don't know, man. It's so weird. Being successful is so easy. Like, it's so weird. Like, I grew up being told that, like, you're not going to be successful if you don't do this, if you don't go to college, if you don't do well in school, if you don't do these really specific things. And yet, I grew up, and I really do realize it really is just, everyone I know, if you put in the effort to do whatever you want, you're going to be successful. It's not that hard. It really isn't. Like, you don't need college, you don't need school, you don't need anything. You just need, like, a commitment to do something specific. Like, you need to work on something, and it's so... there's nothing wrong with work. That's the other thing, is that, like, that was the other narrative I kept being told. It's like, oh, it's a bad thing to work, like, a job, you know what I mean? Like, you have to, like, have a cushy office job that you need a degree for. But no, if anything, I enjoy what I'm doing. I actually enjoy working these normal jobs, to be honest with you. I like them a lot, and to think that I was told, like, you shouldn't work them under any circumstance, it's ridiculous. And that is one of the things I've noticed about, like, communists. Like, they don't actually work. They're from upper middle class families. They essentially want to be taken care of forever. They want to replace their parents with the government, essentially. Something that won't die and go away eventually. Like, that's their fear. Like, they want, like, a certain amount of income, and they want to be able to, like, fuck around forever. It's really ridiculous, and they're getting money for it. I'm told. I'm not sure how paid protesting works, but I don't know. And they certainly make good money doing what they do. I think the swordfish was back there. Oh shit. But yeah, I'm not like a lot of other creators. That's actually one of the things I've noticed, is that, like, I don't like creative people because they're all like disgustingly left leaning, and they won't, like, work at all. It's definitely a far cry from how I feel about things. Like, working 15 hours a day until I collapse, basically. It's way different. Honestly, like, right now I'm having trouble doing anything but work because I have so much free time. I'm just trying to write all the time, and I haven't been playing games much. This is actually the most I've played games, like, since the weekend, actually. Yeah, sitting down for more than an hour is very uncommon for me these days. Oof. I think I am going to reread Eva real quick after I finish the game. Oops. Isn't it nice to be able to just play a game and just enjoy it? Alright. Yeah, I'm going to reread Eva, make sure it's eligible for publishing, and then it's ready for publishing, and then get back to work in Rabbit Hole, which I'm very, very eager to get back into. Hopefully, the reason I wrote Eva was to take a break from Rabbit Hole to, like, sort of recharge my creative juices, and I hope it turned out well. I hope that worked. If it didn't, I'll just go back and write another project. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with this. I don't know. Like, Rabbit Hole is like my big project that I think is going to be very, very successful. So, well, the big going to be successful project right now, I should say, the one that like I'm specifically trying to make very, very successful, I should say. That one. Should I really keep? Yeah, I might as well just keep talking about this. Yeah, I can't talk about DKC all the time. Like, oh, I really love this level, man. Treetop Town, it's so good. Oh, this isn't Treetop Town. What is this level called? All right. Well, anyway, Rabbit Hole is like designed to be like to appeal to a very specific demographic, and I think I have the capacity to do it. Like, I just need to like. Release it, hype it up properly, and then have people buy it. And people are buying my work, which is good. But again, it needs to be like, the numbers just need to keep going up and consistently going up. Like that's honestly the thing I'm worried about more than the actual sales, is like actually maintaining the numbers as I release more books and as time goes on. I need to ask more people for reviews. Because like I've noticed that like there are a lot. That's one of the things that like I haven't done is like push for people to review my books. And honestly, like I didn't really care at first, but now I really understand that like people will, for like independent projects, people are going to want to look at like the reviews of these books. So if you have bought like Eye of the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, please review them. Give people an idea what they're about, how good they are. Just like honestly, you'd probably be honestly like I feel like you don't. Right now, I'm sort of in this position where I'm primarily just trying to sell my books to people rather than have my books sell themselves. So I think like having, people actually talk about my books is going to be like a major game changer for me. And like I can just focus on books rather than marketing and all this other stuff I've been doing. Yeah, but I hate the way this guy chuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. It's a lame boss too. Like it's a rehash of another boss. It's a recoloring, and it's just, yeah, definitely. The game's bosses are definitely the game's weak points. There we go. Like they all look good, but they're all kind of boring. I guess this is like the standard example of what like DKC is supposed to look like. Like this is the one that everyone always thinks of, but when it comes to like what DKC is like, and then DKC Donkey Kong Country 2 kind of subverted that with like it's crazy over the top like pirate themed, and, like giant floating ghost swords and like all this crazy shit. That stuff didn't like sort of become like part of the mythos. Like it's cool, it's awesome, but it's not like part of the universally accepted personality of the series. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like, is this better than DKC 2 or is it not? Like, it really is. I really do think it's mostly just a matter of preference. Oops, shit, I fucked that up. I think you have to get all of these right to, you have to beat all of these rooms to get 100% percentage, 100% completion. So, oof. Yeah, I was trying to 100% this game. Actually, I think it's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep streaming this after I beat it. Oh, not after I beat it, but like when I next stream. I'm gonna stream this again and like see, pick out my top 10 Donkey Kong Country levels list while I'm 100%ing it for the first time, because I've never actually done that before. Yeah, weirdly enough, I've 100%ed 2 twice, but I have not done the original. Well, actually, not really. I got the true ending in 2, but I cheated both times. Honestly, because like 100%ing 2 was like really annoying and just, I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it when I tried to do it legitimately the first time. Yeah, I'm really anxious for the day when I can kind of relax a little bit. Because right now I'm like, I'm doing really, really well, but at the same time I'm concerned about like if I were to get married, what would I do? It's how would I get my kids out of public school? Like, it's just, it's all just going to be a nightmare. Oops, shit. There we go, shit. To be fair, I haven't met anyone I wanted to marry for a while. Honestly, like a part of me thinks I might be too old, but I don't think so. Shit. Fuck. I mean, I'm not gonna marry to someone get married to someone I don't care about. Like, obviously, like, I'm fine with being alone. I have a actually I enjoy it. I would actually prefer it at this point, but like if I do find someone I want to marry, yeah, I'll do it. I don't care. At this point, like, it feels like mostly just because I'm in this weird position, like in between being super successful and just a normal person. Like, I don't want to marry. I don't know. Like, oof. I don't want to marry just anyone. Oops. Here we go. What does Cranky Kong say when he beats the game? Like, I could have gotten 100% in like under an hour. Like, I don't know, man. I think I was going through the game really quickly, and it took me like, what, 50 minutes to get to this point? Oops. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this area at all. Oops. Oh, we got it. I thought there was something there, but no. Yeah, Poison Pond was the level that gave me the most trouble when I played this game for the first time some years back. For the first time in a long while, some years ago. Like when I got it on Wii. Like, when was this? 2010? Was it really that long ago? Holy shit. Well, yeah, when I played it for the first time in a long time, right? When I hadn't replayed it in years. It was Poison Pond that was giving me trouble, so I'm kind of curious how I'm going to react this time. Are there any shortcuts for any of the later levels? Because like I'm very familiar with the early ones because I played this so many times, but like some of these later ones, I have no idea. Like there should be a shortcut here. Like I would swap like the minecart level with this one for sure. Oops, shit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get some ice cream today. I really feel like it. Well, yeah, I guess I could just go to Chick-fil-A, get a vanilla milkshake or whatever. Yeah, that sounds really good, actually. Well, it's a little bit too early. That's gonna be like another 5 hours away. Like that's my thing. I'm out so early in the morning, right? Because I'm up all night and I'm out in the morning. I get up so early. I'm out so early, like nothing's open. So like I'm having this problem where I'm really, really hungry. I either have to wait for like lunch to open or I just have breakfast, and I'm getting sick of breakfast. So, yeah, I want some chicken like tomorrow for sure. All right. There we go. Jump on the tiger. There we go. Was that it? Oh, no. Yeah, that's a halfway point. No, shit! Oh, wow. Epic fail. All right. Epic fail. Oh, I don't think it's a hard level, so we'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, I guess this game is a really good example of how, like, you don't need to be a super difficult game to be really fun. Like, or to be appealing to, like, normies, because that's kind of, like, the argument people make to, like, make games easier. Like, well, you have to appeal to normal people. Well, you know, Animal Crossing is, like, hard as shit if you try to 100% it, right? And then this is, like, accessible to, like, everyone, so while still maintaining its, like, credibility. So I don't take that argument seriously. Like, games can be whatever they want to be. Like, you need to have, like, a wide range of interests, right? But that's my argument against PlayStation. Is like it's not appealing to any interest. Like, it's just selling you on this concept, and then nobody actually plays through that concept. It's why, like, PlayStation E3s are so much more popular than the actual games. You know what I mean? Like, people talked all this shit about Ghost of Tsushima, like, right when it was announced, and now that it's out, nobody really gives a shit. Like, right now, people are making fun of it because it only got an 82 or some shit on Metacritic. Yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 is that's gonna be a problem going forward too. I think is that like these soy-soaked SJW games are gonna get way higher critic scores than like the actual the games that actually seem to be trying. I noticed this with like Days Gone as well. Days Gone got like all sorts of shit for being somewhat like for like sexualizing female characters and stuff like that. that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt their credibility in the long run. It really is. Like they can't keep doing that. If like the most critically reviewed game is like shit like Red Dead 2 and The Last of Us Part 2, like nobody's gonna trust critic reviews. Like people are just gonna migrate back to Nintendo eventually, and it has happened to a certain extent. Like especially among like women, I've never known a woman who hasn't been red pilled on like the Nintendo question. They don't know that. They know that Nintendo is better, but they kind of like they're kind of nice about it. They're kind of like, well, Nintendo's like friendlier, right? They'll say shit like that, like, oh, it has games that appeal to me. What they mean is that the games are just better. That's the reality. The games are just better for more people. Like, if you follow PlayStation, you're only just you're buying into the hype essentially. Like, there's no real substance there. You don't like the games because you played them and really like them. It's just, all right, here we go. That's definitely one of the sad things about getting really good at this game. It really does feel like you can't play it the way it was meant to be played. It's almost like speedrunning in that respect, honestly. Like you're so good at it, like it's no real challenge to you, and it's not nearly as fun as it used to be. Like again, that's fine. I mean, that's the nature of these things, but I mean that's why new things exist, right? So you can play those. Origami King comes out next week. And wouldn't it be like amazing if Origami King comes out and it's like the best Paper Mario since like the original? It's possible, but I'm not sure how likely that is. Like, I mean, even if it was true, like the fanboys would never admit it. Like the fanboys, like the super hardcore fanboys, right? The Arlos, I guess we'll call them the Arlos, the Muppets. They're really, really uppity about that game, like merely existing. It's really, really weird. Like Arlo uploaded that video, just like, is classic Paper Mario dead, or real Paper Mario dead, or whatever it was called. And like a lot of people do sort of still abide by that mindset that like it's bad because it's different. Like it really goes to show you that like people didn't hate Sticker Star because of like what it was. Like they hated it because it wasn't anything like the original, and that's kind of a bad mindset to be in. I don't know, like, can man children continue to obsess over video games forever? I don't know, man. Like, YouTube has kind of given this, like, this profitable sort of, like, twist on it. Like, you can sort of make money after, like, bitching about, like, autistic shit like this, but, I don't know. Like, I think eventually when these people start hitting their 40s and 50s, it's going to implode, and, like, suddenly the bubble is going to, like, sort of burst. I do feel like we haven't seen any new personalities in a while. I mean, I guess it takes a while for them to like to become relevant. It took Arlo a long time to become the Nintendo Muppet, and that was a couple of things actually. For one thing, he became big because he bitched about Paper Mario at the right time. That was the only reason. And another thing, he was a YouTuber that actually covered Nintendo. Like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of these people will refuse to cover Nintendo because they're not paying checks. They're not doing all this stuff, the stuff that other companies are doing. So they'll just refuse to do it. Like, you'll notice with, like, Pro Jared how he came out, like, during Monster Hunter World where he was talking all this shit about, like, oh, it's real Monster Hunter, guys. And it turns out it wasn't. He was just trying to promote it, right? Because he's a shill. That's what he does. Yeah, the Screw Attack guys, damage controlled Street Fighter V. Yeah, 30%. Wow, for an hour of gameplay. Damn. You know, back in the day, I would have thought this game was too short, but now I'm just... You know, when you have, like, enough games, it's really difficult to get mad at games for being too short. I guess that was my problem growing up, is that, like, you know, I would endlessly replay the same games over and over again. Because of, you know, I was super, super poor growing up. Well, I don't want to say poor. I want to say my parents were, ooh. Damn, he got me. Damn. What was I talking about? There we go. Diddy Kong Quest. Oh, this is Poison Pond, right? Yeah, this is Poison Pond. So yeah, this is the level I always had trouble with. It's also the only one with these weird wheels that make no sense. Like, they look 3D. I guess the 3D makes them look more intimidating. I don't know what the deal with that is. Like, is it just me, or do the octopus look more 2D? Like, maybe I'll have to take a better look at them, but they look kind of 2D-ish to me. Oops. Yeah. I remember back in 2006 where people were saying that, like, the 2D platformer was going to die out. And I literally thought that was going to be the case, but that didn't happen. It's going to be the same for Nintendo hardware, man. It's going to keep going on and on and on. Probably, honestly, like, that's the big thing with Nintendo hardware, though. It's going to become bad before it dies. That's the thing. It's never become bad. It's never, ever been bad by any metric of the imagination. Oops. Yeah, I can't even do basic stuff, like go through this, well, basic. I was just talking about how hard I found this level, but... I need some water, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to get a drink of water real quick. Which is ironic, since... no, not ironic, but... which is hilarious, since we're in a water level. Excellent. I've gotten so far through the game, I might as well get through this. This is by far my most hated level. I can't, well, not my most hated level, but the one I have the most trouble with. If I could skip through it, I would, to be fair, to be honest with you. Oops. Not a fan of this area at all. All right. I'm not sure what it is. Like, I guess it's just the swimming controls. I don't like the underwater levels in these games. That's actually one of the things I really like about Tropical Freeze, that it did make the underwater levels a lot more fun. Oof. Here we go. This is one of the most famous video game tracks of all time. For a good reason. Like, people say Sticker Brush Symphony is, like, the best. I don't know. I would say, like... I don't know what it is. I don't think I care for it that much. I don't know. It's just not my thing, I suppose. I have other favorites. I mean, the music is my favorite thing about the underwater levels, so... Here we go. I knew he was down here somewhere. So yeah, when I praise the music, I tend to typically point to this, or... I don't know. The whole soundtrack is great. Like, I don't want to shit on Sticker Brush Symphony, but... honestly, I think Tropical Freeze has amazing music as well. Oops, shit. Oh, get back here, you! We're gonna leave him. Unfortunately. Yeah, I'm struggling to get through this maze. Okay, it's not even really a maze. It's just a really obnoxious level. Right, oops, shit. There we go. How much further? Ah, no. I'm not sure if I'll be able to beat it before I have to go. Before I go work out. Well, not really work out. Take a walk. Yeah, I've been taking like I've been taking an hour and a half walk every day, and I have been losing weight. It's really weird. I'm not sure if it's my dietary changes or that, but it has been working pretty consistently. As long as I don't eat like a lot of stuff, it goes down. It's great. I have almost lost 20 pounds. Almost. It's like, I think it's like about 15 now, 15, 16 in like 2 months. So yeah, oops, shit. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. But I have a long way to go. Shit, like I gained a ton of weight over my last 2 jobs. So yeah, it's gonna go away eventually. But No matter what, for sure. But yeah, oof. Wait, was there anything down here? Oh, shit, there we go. Yeah, we hit the halfway point, so I guess it's not as annoying. Here we go. I don't know what it is about this level. I just don't care for it. Well, I'm just not good at it, I should say. I don't even think I don't care for it. Like, when I say, like, I don't care for a level, it's shit like Stop and Go Station, where I'm just like, oh, shit. Yeah, I should have just stopped at that alcove. When I think of, like, Stop and Go Station, that's, like, a level, like, I don't like. I don't want to play it. I don't want anything to do with it. Like, I'm just gonna, like, just go through it as quickly as possible, or skip it if I can. Like, that's a level I don't like. This, I'll play through, but, like, I don't enjoy it that much. Yeah, it's not even that hard. I just... Ugh. Shit! Hello, hello. So we have to go... Yeah, I think I was almost to the end, and I completely fucked it up. Completely disappointing. Oops, shit. Damn! Okay, that's why I can't stand Poison Pond, because I keep making... Is that it? Do I just speedrun through the entire game and then just get, like, frustrated when I can't, like, beat the level just by, like, going as fast as I can? Because, like, that's honestly the only reason I get hit here is because I go too fast. It's... what?! That fish was out to get me! Okay. Alright, I don't... That was ridiculous. Don't tell me I'm gonna lose here. To be fair, though, I did save the game, so it's not like I'm gonna have to start from the beginning or anything. But yeah, here we go. Oh wow, I don't know what I'm so. Why am I so bad with dealing with these things? All right. I think usually since I have like Donkey Kong with me, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, that's the interesting thing about this game. Like you always start with the character you died as. So, like, if you die with Diddy a bunch of times, it makes Diddy look like a complete bitch. It really does. Like, Donkey Kong would get through this, no problem. Which is weird, because I think everyone agrees that Diddy Kong is, like, a way, way better character to play as than Donkey Kong. Funnily enough, like, Diddy's, like, faster. He can jump a little bit higher. Like, Donkey Kong's, like, stronger and can kill certain enemies, but that's... Those enemies are so infrequent, it's, like, not even a big deal. You don't need to fight the enemies. You just go by them. It's better to be faster in a game like this. Like, maybe it was like an action game, you would want to play as Donkey Kong more, but yeah, in a platformer, yeah, Diddy Kong's the way to go. It is really weird they replaced him for the sequel, but with Dixie Kong, but I don't know, that's kind of interesting. I do really like the idea of like Diddy Kong's Quest, is like going on an adventure with your girlfriend. That's really charming. I really like that kind of thing. Oof. Like, Dragon Ball had, like, a filler arc about that. That was hilarious. Well, that was charming, I should say. I don't think it was hilarious. It was just really cute. I need to watch some more anime. Ugh. Here we go. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I need to do. I gotta get caught up on so many things. Like, I've been reading so much manga. I read, like, Attack on Titan. I read, like, like, Berserk. There's all sorts of things I've done. It's been great. Yeah, the past couple of days have been great for me, like, occasional bouts of sickness aside. Probably because of, like, eating things I shouldn't be eating, like, I don't know. Like, anything that's not part of my regular diet, it feels like, makes me sick. It's really weird. There we go, shit. Oh, it was right there. I literally died on the last obstacle. Wow. At the game, I mean? Wait, who it is? Wait, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Minecart Madness? Oh, yeah. There are 2 minecart levels, yeah. But it's not a real minecart level because you're jumping out of the minecart and, like, it's nowhere near as fun as the first one. Yeah, so there are only 2. Okay, like, I think I was telling people there was only 1, which is not true. Okay. Which makes me look like an idiot. But, like, 2 is still way too few. Like, 3 at least, and like, I don't know, they didn't even do all they could with like the original concept, and now you have like the whole jumping out of the minecart thing. I mean, you don't even need to do this. Like, couldn't you just keep... Oh wow, Really? Yeah, if you jump there, you get left behind and it goes on ahead without you. Oops. Yeah, it's not too difficult, but oops. Shit. Yeah, the first one is way more memorable. Ugh. And this is kind of boring, you know what I mean? Like, they probably could have made this idea interesting, but yeah, maybe this is something they could have done in Donkey Kong Country 2. I don't know. Like, this is something Donkey Kong Country 2 would do, and do it really well. Like, you forgot. Shit. That's another thing this game does really well. It does a really good job of, like, teaching you how to play it. You know what I mean? Like, it teaches you can jump on these enemies in the mine carts and take their carts, which sets up what happens later on with this and stuff like that. Alright, does it set up anything, or am I thinking incorrectly? Blackout Basement. Alright, here we go. I think this is the last level of Kremkrock Industries. How do they build an entire industrial complex on this island, like, that they supposedly don't belong on? I don't understand that. It's still there by Donkey Kong Country Returns, which is weird since, like, it becomes a volcano. So, like, I guess the volcano erupted in, like, in between games. So it got rid of the snow and, like, replaced it with, like, just rock. But that's just confusing, because how did everything else survive? How did, like, the industry itself survive the eruption? So is this, like, building what, like, volcano proof, lava proof? It's just I found it really weird how they tried to justify that. Like, oh, it's these machines were left behind by the Kremlins, which is kind of neat that they did it that way. Like, the Kremlins themselves aren't in the game. I don't know why people got so uppity about, like, the Kremlins not being in Returns. Like, we need some new villains. Like, I definitely like. I don't love the Tiki Tak tribe, but I do love the invaders. Oops. What are they called? What is their name? Wow, it's been so long. I can't even remember what they're called. The Northerners, like the Viking walruses people. Those guys are awesome. I love them so much. Yeah, it's weird that Tropical Freeze got ported to Switch and nobody talks about it. It's not a game I hear brought up all that much. Yeah, maybe it'll get more popular with time, but yeah, I think it's probably the least popular Donkey Kong Country game ever, which is very, very disappointing. Hopefully 3 kind of turns things around on it, but we'll have to see. I'm actually not sure how much it sold, so I'll have to look that up. Maybe that's why they're not releasing in a hurry to release 3, because they wanted to port 2 first, but and I would rather than make a good Donkey Kong Country Returns 3 rather than, like, you know, Donkey Kong Country 3, you know, that rushed out piece of shit, like, literally the worst thing ever. Right? I don't understand the logistics behind this boss. Like, it's just an enemy rush. It's just, oh wow, we have to kill all these enemies. Like, are there enemies that you can't kill with Diddy, right, in this segment? I guess not, but ah, damn, died. I wonder if I'm the first person to do a live let's play of this. Oh shit, of this on Nintendo Switch. Oops. Oh yeah, I love the Kremlins a lot, but yeah. I'm hoping they return for 3, like Returns 3. Like that's my optimistic opinion. They will return by the next Donkey Kong Country game. Like, K. Rool got in Smash, so Nintendo is aware that, like, people want him back, so we'll have to see. Like, Sakurai straight up said that, like, he didn't think K. Rool was all that popular of a character until, like, the demand for him came in, so. So yeah, I think it's gonna happen. Honestly, like, they have to have their E3 conference soon, right? Oops, shit. They have to. Like, they gotta show some games off. They literally have, like, nothing going forward. They better not announce anything for August, because I'm kind of on a budget for August. Actually, this month, actually. I considered not buying Origami King right away, actually. I decided I could manage it, but... yeah, I'm cutting back on needless purchases for the time being. Here we go. Chimp Caverns. Okay, I thought it was Kong Caverns. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, so it's Chimp Caverns. Ugh. So what is this? Diddy Caverns? Oh, I hate this gimmick. I hate this gimmick level. Well, I don't really hate it. It's just boring. I mean, it's so different than the other one we just went through. Like, the only difference is, oh, you have to collect the fuel to keep it going. It's just... what happens if you run out? Does it just fall off the track? How does that make any sense? Or does it stop and you have to just kill yourself? I don't actually remember. I'll see if it... yeah, eventually, like, you have to time it, so... wait, what? Yeah, eventually you have to time it where like it's running out, like right when you get the fuel. So it's like, I mean, this game does a really good job of like introducing gimmicks and then like building up on those gimmicks. Oof. As you go through it, it's great. How many levels are in Chimp Caverns? There's only like 2, right? There's not that many. It's less than Kremkrock Industries. You're pretty basically almost through the game at this point. Where's shit? There we go. Oh shit! Damn. Ah! He got me. Okay, tanked up trouble. All right. I want to cry. I want to play some games. All right. I wonder how quickly I'll beat K. Rool this time. Last time I did it, I actually did it like really, really quickly. So I think I'm at the point now where the boss fight, which is notoriously difficult, actually isn't all that... oh, shit. Ah, fuck. Hopefully I don't need that again. I don't think I do, but we'll see. Here we go. Yeah. So I'm at the point now where I think I can beat K. Rool with no real trouble. We'll have to see. I haven't done it enough where I can say that, like, yeah, I can do it pretty easily. I mean, I can beat Mike Tyson in Punch-Out now, so it's like, he's probably not going to be that hard. I mean, I beat him within, like, a week. Like, I mean, I couldn't beat him when I was a kid, but I can beat him, like, if I tried. Like, I can beat him now. Like, Mike Tyson, for the longest time, I couldn't beat, like, no matter what. But, yes, I can beat Mike Tyson now in Punch-Out. I have done it before, and I think I can do it somewhat consistently. Well, like, to be fair, like, once you know his patterns, I mean, once you know how to do it, like, the big thing with him is that, like, he does, like, so much radical stuff different. He does so much stuff. He does, like, he's really overwhelmingly strong in, like, the first round. And then, like, after that point, you have to, like, learn all of his different patterns. And that takes a long time to do. But once you do it, it's doable. I mean, yeah, you have to learn, like, all these crazy techniques. But I love the way this area looks. I don't know why. I think it's just the color scheme. I think it looks really rather nice. Nemi's not in this game very much. Like, I mean, I guess, like, nothing's in this game very much, but, oops. Like, nothing in this game, like, really overstays its welcome. You really do just blow through the entire thing in an hour, and it's great. It's weird I can beat this game in an hour when I couldn't do it at all when I was a kid. Oh, SMT. Yeah, they ported SMT, so I'm hoping they do it for the West eventually. Like, I'm hoping they do a translation or something. It's an RPG, so they're gonna have to do that. I would love to play it. A lot of these old SMT games. honestly, that's probably the deal with like my problem with SMT is that like I just can't get into it because I just cannot get through all these spin-offs. Like it's gonna take a monumental amount of time to do that, and I don't know, man. I'm too old and busted, man. I gotta work on my career. I'm just concerned about the family. Just, yeah, it's really difficult to get into like games like that when you're older, I think. I mean, I've owned 4 for like what years now, and I still haven't played it. It's very very frustrating. And I liked it a lot too. And I like Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and I like Persona when I played a Persona. But yeah, I mean, when I can't even get through Persona 4, yeah, there's a problem there. I don't think I've gotten through an RPG in a while. I think Three Houses was the last one I finished, and that was last year. Oh, and I never even like got through all of it. Yeah, so like I'll play an RPG if I'm really really into it, but like those are becoming increasingly few and far between. I just don't. I just. Ugh. I just don't want to play through like all these games. Oof. Just because they exist, you know what I mean? Like I have other things I want to do. I value. Oops, shit. There we go. All right, I think we're there. All right, so I think after this, there's like what 3? I want to say there's 3 levels in Chimp Caverns, and then you have the boss. We'll have to see how long this is. Yeah, I think you go to Funky Flights after this, and then I always try to go back and see if that works, but it never does. It works in Stop and Go Station. It gave me like an unrealistic expectation as a kid that I could just get past these levels and get through the game. So. It hasn't been that. I think I streamed my my last playthrough of this as well, so this isn't the first time I've done this. All right. I mean, I love the game, so there's a reason I do it, right? Yeah, I'm becoming more fond of like Mega Man X as I get older and play it more. That's one of those ones I didn't play when I was a kid, but I've grown to like it with time. But again, like I can't play the spin-offs or sequels either. It's really really difficult. It took me forever just to get through like Mega Man Classic. It's not even like too difficult to play. I just don't have time, and I have other things I want to play. All right, oops, shit. It's not that like I don't have time to do things like that. It's just I don't really want to. A lot of time. All right, here we go. Yeah, if Rareware had actually made a real Star Fox game, they would have done a really good job with it, I think. Like seriously, like Jet Force Gemini mixed with like I don't know, shit. What's a good example? Yeah, just Jet Force Gemini, right? Like just make that a Star Fox game. That would have been fantastic. That would have been a way better like third-person shooter than what we actually got with Assault and Adventures. Like, Rareware would have done a great job with it. No, Rareware did such a great job of like giving people what they actually wanted, with like none of the stupid bullshit that people hate. Oops. I mean, Adventures could have worked if it was like, I don't know, like should Adventures have been a dinosaur? I'll be salty that we never got Dinosaur Planet. Like that looked like a gorgeous N64 game, and it never materialized. It never came out. So unless like a surface of it like comes out at some point, and somebody makes like a fan-made finished version of it that runs on an actual N64, I mean, somebody's gonna do it. I'm sure somebody has done it. That would be awesome. Yeah, give Marcus his own story. Crystal, her own original plotline. Like, wasn't that the point of like the original Dinosaur Planet? Was that like you had like Marcus and Crystal with their Marcus, the original protagonist, and Crystal going through like their own different adventures. I actually don't know how that's structured. Maybe I should do a video on that. That might actually be interesting. I mean, it sounded like, you know, prime Rareware original IP goodness, and then they just then adventures happened, and like, well, it was the Microsoft buyout, right? Like that was the death nail for Rare. They let themselves get acquired by Microsoft, and they failed. They failed to like value their Nintendo partnership. Like that's something I never really understood. Like why people don't talk about that more often. Like Rare let themselves be acquired by Microsoft. They didn't have to do what they did, but they did it anyway. Because like, oh, we thought Nintendo would pay more to keep us, but no, you weren't that valuable. And it kind of shows why. Like without like Nintendo's influence, like Rareware dropped off the face of the earth. They stopped being Rareware. It's really amusing to me to see people like Angry Joe pretend to care about like classic Rareware. It's like classic like pretendo behavior. Yeah. It's really interesting to see like Joe do stuff like that. Like, oh, Rareware, the classic developer. Just what Rareware game have you played? Like, really? Yeah, he was hyping up like Sea of Thieves, like, oh, this looks like a return to classic Rare. No, it doesn't. Like, I knew it was gonna be shit from the get go, like shit. I think it's getting like the No Man's Sky treatment as well, with people like pretending it's a lot better than it actually is, like due to the updates. I don't know, like that's the impression I got. People, it's like being pushed as like a Game Pass game. I think, like, oh, pay for Game Pass and you'll get updated Sea of Thieves for free. It's just. Yeah, No Man's Sky has like the most ridiculous. Internet Historian has to be like a paid shill. I am like 100% certain he was like paid to make that video, like shilling for No Man's Sky to like justify. It might not make sense to people who aren't familiar with like the No Man's Sky situation, but basically, Sean Murray in Hello Games was indeed sued for misleading advertising regarding No Man's Sky. So they're actually obligated, like contractually, by the government to release updates for No Man's Sky. So don't tell me that like they're based because like they're updating it. No, they have to. Like they need to avoid that lawsuit. And nobody cares about like their future projects either. Like I noticed like he was in a Nintendo Direct like hyping up his shitty like campfire game, and nobody gave a shit. Like nobody really thinks that Sean Murray is based and red pilled for like putting stuff in, giving No More Sky updates. It's not. DSP did a really good job of just like playing like the first really overhyped update, and then like declaring it like, yeah, it's the same shit, but like it has more stuff in it. Like the game is fundamentally flawed no matter what they do. Like even if they had all the stuff they said they were going to have to begin with, it wasn't going to be a good game. Really amusing seeing people like that, you know, the Internet Historian, right, be involved in blatant Sony PlayStation propaganda. It's really, really disgusting. I considered buying No Man's Sky to like play it and give my review, but like I would have to like buy it used on my Xbox. I would have to do all this stuff. It was on sale a while back, and I don't know. I don't want to contribute to it. You know what I mean? Like just let it die. It's gonna be forgotten eventually. I know people always make excuses for that stuff. It's just, what was I supposed to do there? All right. Yeah, people like, it's really interesting seeing how people will constantly make excuses for like The Last of Us Part 2, No Man's Sky, shit like that, while like constantly railing on like Paper Mario in like really weird ways, right? Like it even results in these weird situations, like the rivalry between like Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario, which doesn't even like exist really. Like they're both Mario games. Why is there a rivalry? But like it's fake. Like Arms is Dead. That's a really good example of like a meme that was pushed by the corrupt gaming YouTubers. Like they were sure to say in every video for like years, literal years, like, oh, Arms is dead now, when it wasn't. Like shit, it's like if YouTubers actually play Arms, they would be very, very surprised at how active the scene still is. it's really obnoxious. It's really obnoxious how, people like a Chi Guy. I'm just throwing out names here. Who else did it? Chi Guy's the one that like I saw most recently do it, where he tried to like he tried making some video about like Arms to cash in on like Smash Bros hype, right? And like he was sure to mention, oh, Arms is dead when it wasn't. Like what are you talking about? Like if anything, the fact that Arms has remained so relevant over the last 3 years to the point where it's getting a representation in Smash and Min Min. That really should prove Arms' popularity. Like Nintendo wouldn't do that if like it wasn't like a popular game, but I don't know. YouTubers really did make up their minds about Arms long before it even came out. It's really interesting, and they were damage controlling No Man's Sky from like the instant it came out. By the way, oh, they were telling me like, oh, we just overhyped ourselves. We shouldn't have expected so much from them. Oh shit! No, are you serious? Damn, really? Yeah, No Man's Sky is the worst. Shit. Probably the most blatant case of like Sony propaganda this generation, I would say. Probably even more so than Last of Us Part 2, to be honest with you. They're not really doing a whole lot besides railing on critics of the game. I think they basically already paid for like the Game of the Year awards and stuff like that, so they're not too concerned about like the long-term like health of the franchise. But I do think like users are very angry. We'll have to see how that escalates. It's really interesting because I think like with Ghost of Tsushima, which seems to be like a normal like really terrible Assassin's Creed style like historical fiction type game, with that getting worse scores than like The Last of Us Part 2, I'm wondering how that's going to affect Sony games going forward. Like I could see like the media start to like really rail on like historically accurate games and like pushing like the social justice angle. That's my feelings on it. I can kind of see that in Ghost of Tsushima reviews already from what I've seen of them. Oops. Wait, what? Why did he? Okay. Okay. Damn. I'm really failing at this. I might as well save. This is the last level, and I'm just. Damn. It's not that hard, bro. I can beat Super Metroid faster than I can beat this game. Weird. Well, I used to be able to. Yeah, I used to be able to beat Super Metroid in an hour and 28 minutes, which is pretty quick, but it's not the best or anything. So yeah, I think I will have a. I don't think my PR. I think my PR for Super Metroid is going to be quicker than my playthrough for this. Honestly. Oops, here we go. I love Super Metroid so much. Honestly, like Super Nintendo is by far the best console ever made. I'm not even sure. It has the most variety. It like broke it like new genres, like first-person shooters. It had like strategy games, and all this crazy shit. RPGs reached their peak here, or found their footing here. I would say they became subversive and like a bit more unorthodox with like the PS1 era, which might be more preferable to some people. But I think Super Nintendo also did a did a really good job of like making them mainstream, which is why I always laugh at people like saying Final Fantasy was revolutionary. Final Fantasy VII was revolutionary. No, it wasn't. Like if anything, it like marked the decline of the series because it went away from what made the series popular to begin with. You know, it led the way, it paved the way into like shit like 8 and 10-2 and stuff like that. That 7's influences can be felt in those games. The first 6, not so much. The first 6 is the Nintendo era, and Square can't have anything to do with Nintendo. So here we go. Shit. Shit, wow, that motherfucker really hates me. Sony is becoming increasingly like PC focused. I imagine their plan is just to phase out PlayStation and just go PC exclusive going forward eventually. Like there's a reason all these games are coming to PC. Like it's not just No Man's Sky. Like Street Fighter 5, Death Stranding, Horizon Zero Dawn. They're all on PC. Horizon Zero Dawn was like made by a PlayStation-owned studio too. So yeah, the era of PlayStation is basically over. I might actually get a game over. Wow. Hilariously, I might have more trouble with this guy than I do with K. Rool. We'll have to see. Will I get a game over, or will I? Ah, shit. Well, why is he so high? I shouldn't be so anxious to hit him, I don't think. Shit. Yeah, so you have to wait for him to spit out twice. 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not even that hard. I don't know why I lost time. There we go. Gangplank Galleon. Alright, let's see if we can do this. It's really weird, like, this fight is pretty hard, like, the first time you do it, but, oh shit, okay. I guess I've, like, stopped being so retarded as a kid, now that I'm older, so, now I can figure out his patterns. I couldn't even get past the first phase as a kid, but now I have no trouble doing it. Shit. More to go. And this is a really good final boss. Rareware definitely does have some of the better Nintendo final bosses. Like, Gruntilda is like the GOAT. Like, this one's pretty good. The Donkey Kong 64 one is pretty good. Actually, I would say the Donkey Kong 64 one is probably one of the best final bosses on Super Nintendo. There we go. Completely beat it. 100%ed. Oh man, we're so good. We're so good at Donkey Kong Country, bros. Seriously, this baffled me as a kid. I actually never did beat him legitimately the first time I got here because I legit thought this was it, and then like I was just I legit thought those were the credits, and then because I was so fucking stupid, and then like he gets back up, and I didn't want to fight him again, so like. Shit, he got me. And then he comes back, yeah. Oh shit! I thought he did the long jump again. Fuck. Okay, shit. Okay, we're gonna give this another try. Game over, or he's not that hard, but I really should have done it the first time. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Oh damn! Really? Holy shit! Okay, that sucks. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna win. I mean, I guess it's doable, but we'll have to see. You don't get Donkey for the second phase, do you? Oh wow, really? Yeah, if I fuck up once. Yeah, we got the game over. Shit. I don't think we saved the first time through, so we're gonna have to fight. Oh no! Ah, fuck. We gotta go through this again? Alright. Shit. Well, I guess I could just stop now. You could just take my word for it that I can beat Donkey Kong Country. Great, I should have saved it. I knew I should have gone back and saved it. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, I guess we could just rewind it. How far back can I go? Oh, whoops. Yeah, we'll go through this again. I don't know. I mean, technically, we're just going through levels we've already beaten before, so I don't see that as cheating. I mean, might as well just play these again. Ugh. Yeah, I think I'm getting tired, honestly. Those were mistakes I shouldn't have made. Like, I got through it the first time. I knew what I was doing. All right. And normally I probably would have taken a break. Honestly, like, I only play games straight through when, like, I'm streaming or whatever. Like, honestly, like, I do, like, these crazy 6-hour streams sometimes. I would never play games like that, like, off stream. Like, shit. Here we go. Shit. Shit! Really? Really? Wow, that's embarrassing. If only I'd, like, turn on the reset, like, immediately. I had thought to do that. Like, we wouldn't have to do this, but oh well. Oh, well, we gotta go through platform perils again. Oh, well, it's like old school to the core, right? Like, no save states, no rewinds. We're just going through the same segment again because we died. No! And now I'm just getting careless. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. What is with this and these weird mistakes? Like, I can't beat anything twice. It's like I do something right once and then I just get bored with it. All right. Oh, damn! I pressed the button. All right. Yeah, I don't think it's me. I think it's the game. Definitely the game. All right. And these big guys are really throwing me off. They just. So get this: you have to throw the barrels to hit these guys, so you can actually take their platforms. Otherwise, they'll just knock you off. You can't jump on them because they're so big. All right. There we go. Got it. It's pretty easy. Okay, I'm doing better than I did the first time, actually. G... Oh, oops. I didn't need that. Oops, shit. Did it. We got it. Yep, Origami King. I'm really looking forward to it. I will be playing it. I'm not sure to what extent. It really depends on what happens. I have a lot going on right now. So you just dodge the coconuts and then you just... Why is it coughing up like whole coconuts? Like it just creates them in its digestive tract? It's able to do that? Oops. Like it can make food? Like how? Okay. I just had a coconut today and it made me sick, so I guess it's poison to me, but like for normal people this might be a life-saving thing. It'll end global hunger if we could just understand how this is processed. Ooh, yeah, it's 7:30. Yeah, shit, I gotta get going. Well, soon, within half an hour. I thought I had time. Like, I was like, oh, wow. It really took me an hour and a half to get through this. How fast do speedrunners take? Like, surely under an hour. I'm not really sure how you would speedrun the game, but, Yoshi's Island and wait, what? Shit. And Super Metroid speedruns look crazy, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I keep getting careless. I keep making all these weird mistakes. I swear, is it the... Does it get faster? Alright. This is around the point where like it starts getting ridiculous. Okay, so you jump on that twice. And the first half is not that hard at all. Yeah, you jump through it. You don't walk through it. I don't get why I got it right the first time, but then just fuck it up like all the other times. Alright. Shit. Alright, that was careless of me. I thought it was going to go one more spot. Alright, here we go. Got him. Well, I didn't have any save states. Well, I don't like using save states. I'm in the Mike Patay camp of Nintendo emulation. Like, using save states means you're a pleb and can't beat the game. Yeah, so I don't use save states. At least not anymore. I did when I was like younger and playing like this old shit that I've never played before, like Ninja Gaiden. I was so frustrated like playing that for the first time and struggling with the... Okay, so he has short jumps, right? So he doesn't do... So I think he just shortens his jumps, right? Yeah, easy. I can't remember if he has a different... Oh, wow, that's all you have to do. Wow, okay. So I literally only died because I missed the short jumps. Wow. So that's it. That's DKC. One of my all-time favorite games. Great timing, too. I'm going to get going. You've made an old man proud. Go and look in your horde. I think you'll be in for a surprise. Yeah, this game does reward you for beating it. I'd have found everything. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to 100% this game. I will be 100% in this game live on this show, doing everything, and trying to... this, and then putting together my list of the top 10 levels in the whole game. I have a pretty good idea of what's going to be on the list, but we'll see. Yeah, I need to replay everything. I haven't actually gone back and replayed levels in a long time in this game. I mostly just replayed the entire thing. So yeah, going back and playing through them again for secrets, that's going to be a little bit different. So I might actually, I don't know, I might take secrets into account when talking about like the best levels in the game. Oh, and by the way, remember when games used to do this? When they used to talk about these, the cast of characters? Damn, that was so cool. Alright, so, yep, that's Donkey Kong Country. Great game. Yeah, if anyone else has anything else they want me to play, be sure to let me know in the comments section. I'll probably be playing Deadly Premonition 2 and Origami King for the foreseeable future. Maybe Vampire as well. I might do that when I get back. Play some Vampire. Vampire? I don't know what it is. Vampire. That's a really good vampire game. I'm really into it. And I gotta work on my books. Ooh, it's getting hot out, so I better turn on my air conditioning. Before I go... And what were the other games that came on this week? This was the one I wanted to play through, but I didn't actually look at the others. Like, I saw this and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm definitely playing this day one. Really naughty. Dumb Drum. Master Neki Sr. Yeah. King K. Rool. And then you see the actual credits, the good guys. Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie, like, I don't know, was it a rare thing? I haven't seen it. I don't think I've ever seen it in, like, a game past the N64 era. Banjo-Kazooie still did it, but I don't know what else did. I actually have not beaten Banjo-Tooie yet either, so I need to get back on that. I mean, I still have a lot of classics to get through. A lot indeed, and I'm enjoying every moment of it, man. I'm really... I fucking love video games. What can I say? Oof. Hey, should I stream Origami King Day 1? I guess I could do a Let's Play of it. A blind Let's Play. Well, I'm not getting it Day 1 because, for some reason, the physical copy is not getting here until the 21st. That's, I have no idea why. That was the same deal with Deadly Premonition 2 as well. I probably should have just waited for the physical copy of Deadly Premonition 2, because I kind of regret buying it digitally, because I would have liked to have the physical copy. I'm sure it's going to be rare, like, very, very quickly, but no, I had to get it digitally, unfortunately. For Day 1, like a Day 1 game that I ended up not playing because shit went down on Friday. Shit went down the day that Deadly Premonition 2 came out. Holy shit. Yeah, it really is like life stuff. You know what I mean? Like you can't play games. Even as a kid, you didn't play them like Day 1, right? It took you a while to get a hold of them usually. So yeah, Deadly Premonition 2 was one of those for sure. Shit went down that day, man. Yeah, but I dealt with it pretty adequately, I would say. Yeah, I would love to keep streaming for you guys, but unfortunately, yeah, I need to go for my walk. I go like every morning, so. I have to go at 8 because that's when all the girls are there, so yeah. I got a Smash too, right? Shigeru Miyamoto, yeah, CG. Game director, T. Stamper. Producer, Rare, presented by Nintendo. Yeah, shit. Yeah, but then it just resets. Well, this game is way ahead of its time. It actually resets when you beat it. Like, Paper Mario did not reset when you beat it. It was really weird. All right. Yeah, so it took like about an hour and 26 minutes to get through the entire thing. All right. I guess we could look at the Horde real quick. There we go. Kong's Banana Horde. Yeah, it's my life, man. I play Donkey Kong in the morning and then go out and hang out with chicks. All right. Oops. So what is this? Like, now wrestling? Natsume Championship Wrestling? All right. So was the other one an NES game? Does that explain it? Hang on. I thought there were 3. And I know Shin Megami Tensei came out in... there we go. Shin Megami Tensei came out in Japan, but I'm not sure what else came out. Let's see here. Yeah, they're definitely adding to this. Yeah, they just keep throwing more games on there. It's basically already a major draw. It's just that most people don't realize it. Honestly, I imagine most casual players aren't even aware Nintendo Switch Online is a thing because nobody talks about it positively. Which is why people create these narratives to prevent Nintendo from becoming too popular for its own good or eclipsing PlayStation's popularity among like normies and casuals. Oh damn, people are just now tuning in right when I said I was about to leave. Yeah, sorry, I really am about to leave. I just wanted to like take a look at what else is here. There's something new to play. Immortal. I have no idea what this is. Will Harvey. Who the fuck is Will Harvey? Wait. EA. Wait a minute. EA. Wait. Didn't AVGN just do a video on this? It might be a good idea to move. Wow, you think? Wait, what just happened? Wait. Okay. What is this shit? Okay, yeah. This is an EA game. I don't care. Maybe I'll give it a shot when I'm going through all these games, but yeah, for now I want to get through all the classics first. Like I still haven't finished Zelda 2, so that's definitely on my list. Yeah, I've got to get going. Great stream, guys. Check out my books at blackcatbooks.org. Check out Eye of the Dragon. Check out Cruel and Beautiful. I actually do. I probably should have made a formal announcement about this. I actually do have like synopsi, synopsises. What's the plural of synopsis? I have like descriptions of the books on the website now, so you can actually like go to the store, go to the purchase page, and then like read about what the books are supposed to be about, and then like some fun details from the author, me. So that's really really interesting. Oh, I probably shouldn't have turned it off. Anyway, so thank you all for tuning in, man. I really really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun, and I hope I'll be coming back here soon. I think I will just come back and play some Deadly Premonition 2, or something like that.